Some things happen in only a few seconds, yet reveal the enormous power of our planet. From strange natural phenomena to sudden dangers, today's journey brings us closer to some of the most unbelievable moments ever captured. No matter how far human technology advances, nature always finds a way to remind us that some forces have never truly been under our control. Hailstorms in Spain have left the private insurance industry with a massive bill totaling around 236 million claims.
Mira ese tamaño. Esto, para que te mata. Mira.
A straight highway may look easy to drive, but monotony combined with high speeds can become a serious test of a driver's attention. A tornado swept through Tolten in southern Chile on Wednesday, August 17, destroying at least 2 homes and several sheds.
Oh, la casa del vecino. Con la cagada, se cayó la casa.
Apparently, Mother Nature blew the whistle on today's shift in Busan, and these workers certainly didn't need to be told twice. A windshield does more than block rain and insects. It also helps protect the cabin, contributes to structural integrity, and supports safety systems designed to work with it. If the sky had an extreme spin button, a tornado would be what happens when Mother Nature accidentally presses it and forgets where the stop button is.
Oh, via, state lontani, oh.
After seeing this, would you think twice about choosing a Toyota for your next vehicle? If there were a trophy for the fastest reflexes in this moment, this man probably just won it with a split-second reaction. Looks like this person just received a crash course in how to open a car door, and the tuition may be expensive enough to make the lesson unforgettable. Looks like luck didn't get a single break today, with only a split second separating a narrow escape from a serious accident.
What are you doing?
Florida has a way of turning a paddleboarding trip into a live nature documentary. Although this time the front row seat may be a little too close.
Go away. Oh my God, I had to push him away with my paddle.
Looks like Mother Nature opened an outdoor physics class today, and everyone nearby was accidentally added to the student roster. Have you ever visited a safari park? If so, tell us which animal made the biggest impression on you during the trip. This parrot looks like an airborne safety inspector, except its greeting leaves the passenger with very little attention left for the scenery. When Mother Nature decides to hold an outdoor concert, the best seats aren't outside, they're inside a sturdy shelter.
Oh my gosh!
Inside every hailstone is a storm diary. Each layer of ice records another journey through the freezing air inside a thunderstorm.
Oh my god!
Those are huge.
No one designed that patio umbrella to serve as a shield, yet at exactly the right moment, it performed a job far beyond anything anyone expected. Earthquake-resistant home is like a seatbelt for a building. You hope you'll never need it, but when disaster strikes, it can become invaluable. Silica, sand, soda, ash, and limestone can be heated to around 730 GF and transformed into the transparent glass we see all around us. When the wind begins to rise, structures enter a demanding real-world test where roofs, steel frames, and every connection have to prove their strength. In many countries, earthquake-resistant homes have become increasingly common, designed to reduce structural damage when strong shaking occurs. Faced with the overwhelming power of nature, we begin to realize just how small and vulnerable humans truly are. The construction crew deserves some credit. The seawall remained standing and barely seemed to budge despite being hammered by wave after wave. Lake ice begins forming when temperatures remain below 32 degrees, long enough for surface water to lose heat and gradually freeze. Alfred Nobel developed dynamite in 1866 and patented it in 1867, marking a major advance for rock excavation, mining, and demolition. Scaffolding may be temporary, but it plays a critical role by providing elevated working platforms and supporting workers' tools and materials during construction. Brazil records thousands of truck-related crashes each year, highlighting how important training, vehicle maintenance, and road safety remain for heavy vehicles. Did you know Carl Benz built the Benz patent motor wagon in 1885 and patented it in 1886, opening an entirely new chapter in automotive history? After a scare like this, standing right beside the roadway, To have a conversation will probably feel very different for these people from now on. Looking at what just fell from the sky, how much do you think the owner will have to spend to make this car look untouched again? Dolphins travel in pods because of their highly social nature, allowing them to coordinate hunts, protect one another, and communicate effectively. Some moments need no Hollywood effects. The appearance of a giant from the ocean is enough to make time itself feel like it has stopped. Nature doesn't need a choreographer to create perfect, synchronized performances, and the wild never seems to run out of ways to amaze us. When hail starts falling, a sturdy building is the safest place to be. Large trees, utility poles, and billboards are not ideal shelters. Survival instinct doesn't need instructions. When danger appears, every living creature understands that getting away quickly can be the best response. Right now, every vehicle owner is probably hoping for one thing: when the floodwater finally recedes, their car will still be sitting exactly where they left it. Chain link style steel mesh may look simple, but its flexible diamond pattern can help contain loose rock and debris when a slope becomes unstable. A riverside home with a beautiful water view. Every morning sounds almost perfect, but would that scenery be enough to make you want to live there long term? Graded drain covers help keep large debris out of drainage systems, but their load capacity depends entirely on the material and load rating they were designed for. If I were the officer at this scene, both the car and the motorcycle would probably be leaving with a ticket. Double solid yellow lines don't just separate opposing traffic, they tell drivers that crossing into the oncoming lane is prohibited. Make the parking brake the final step that keeps your vehicle exactly where you left it. instead of letting gravity choose its next parking spot. Transportation in hillside cities is heavily shaped by the terrain, with steep grades, frequent curves, and roads that must adapt to changes in elevation. I'm curious, which country are you watching today's video from? Brick paving can make a yard look beautiful, but once rain arrives, that slippery surface can turn a few ordinary steps into an unexpected challenge.
There's some on the tennis ball side.
For small, private boats, like these, having the right insurance coverage is definitely something worth considering.
Tennis ball side.
On Thursday, May 8th, hailstorms struck parts of southeastern Kentucky, causing significant damage across the area. In 1960, Chile experienced the strongest earthquakes ever. Instrumentally recorded the magnitude 9.5 Valdivia earthquake, which generated a tsunami across the Pacific. After every natural disaster, local communities and crops are often among those that suffer the most visible and lasting impacts. Apparently, this visitor took the phrase "drop by the store" a little too literally, making an entrance that caught both employees and customers completely off guard. On every road, your most important travel companion isn't speed, it's focus. Car decorations can show personality as long as they don't block your view or become dangerous projectiles during sudden braking or a crash. The parking brake doesn't just keep a parked vehicle still, it can assist with hill starts and provide backup braking in certain emergencies. Intersections bring multiple paths together, so easing off the gas and looking carefully is always worth more than the few seconds you might save. Broken white lines separate lanes moving in the same direction, allowing drivers to change lanes when necessary, but only after checking that it's safe.
一个呢，就是说，应该今天还是不能。
A phone notification can wait a few minutes, but traffic won't. Behind the wheel, your attention should always stay on the road.
它的效果怎么样？哎呦，哎呦呦呦呦呦！这算是好严重的车祸。就在我前面，就在我前面。
Have you ever experienced a moment like this in real life? Every booming sound across Texas is enough to make your heart skip a beat, as if Mother Nature were pounding on the door in the most dramatic way possible. Protective instincts or curiosity may lead dogs toward wild animals, but keeping a safe distance remains the best way to protect both sides. Calling all pet lovers. Do you have a four-legged friend waiting for you at home? Their natural chase instinct makes many dogs react almost instantly when they spot birds or other small animals. Hail is most common during spring and summer thunderstorms, when strong updrafts carry water droplets into the freezing air high inside storm clouds. The space beneath a sturdy wooden table isn't just open room. In some emergencies, it can provide temporary protection from falling objects. Hubei experience hundreds of landslides in an average year. Steep terrain in periods of heavy rainfall make monitoring unstable slopes especially important. Apparently, Mother Nature just delivered another stack of paperwork to the insurance companies, and this is one shipment nobody wanted to receive. Lightning lasts only in a moment, yet it can heat the surrounding air to around 54,000 DGF, creating one of nature's most intense displays. Do your hands start shaking a little too when you watch something like this? The man's reaction is so calm, you'd almost think he'd witnessed something like this countless times before. A load-bearing wall does more than divide rooms. It carries loads from floors and levels above and transfers them toward the foundation, helping stabilize the structure. This guy just earned himself a strong nomination for fastest reflexes after reacting in a split second. From light-duty pickups to massive highway rigs, every type of truck is designed around different payloads, body structures, and specific jobs. Looking at where these vehicles are positioned, do you think the drivers are parked illegally? We see warning signs every day, but could you recognize and understand all of them correctly within just a few seconds behind the wheel? Sandbags aren't just useful on construction sites. When flooding threatens, they can form a temporary barrier that helps keep water from entering vulnerable areas. A major displacement beneath the ocean can set an enormous volume of water in motion, creating tsunami waves capable of traveling thousands of miles. The danger from heavy rain isn't always visible. Water can seep through cracks, penetrate deeper into a structure, and gradually weaken its integrity. Maybe this crew should add better dust control measures to the plan before their next demolition. A bridge is more than the roadway you see above. Its superstructure, piers, and foundations work together to carry the loads of every vehicle crossing it. A house on a mountainside may escape flooding in the lowlands, but when a landslide occurs, that same hillside location can become an even greater hazard. The busier the road, the more important its boundaries become. A metal median barrier is a physical reminder that each stream of traffic has its own space. Moments like this show just how much difference a skilled driver can make when experience and quick reflexes kick in at exactly the right time. Gravity is like an invisible passenger. It follows the vehicle everywhere, waiting for one careless moment to remind you that it never left. A locking lid and tight gasket help trap steam, increasing internal pressure and raising water's boiling point above its normal temperature. Paper, fabric, and other flammable materials should be kept away from electrical outlets, since heat buildup or an electrical fault can quickly spread a fire. An explosion occurs when a large amount of energy or pressure is released in a very short time, causing the surrounding gases to expand suddenly. I'm curious about traffic where you live. How many total lanes does the widest road in your city have? A gas leak or poorly placed heat source can quickly create a serious hazard. Bears generally prefer to avoid conflict when they have an escape route. Near homes, keeping your distance and pets away is especially important. Food waste can teach bears to associate neighborhoods with easy meals, which is why bear-resistant trash containers help discourage unwanted visits. Are humans moving deeper into wildlife? Habitats gradually shrinking the distance that once separated our two worlds.
오, 가. 물레가 돈다?
Sao mà làm liều nhỉ? Kinh nhỉ?
Some incidents unfold in just a few seconds, but the conditions that lead to that moment may have been quietly developing for a long time. When rocks start falling from above, quick action matters. Seek sturdy cover, protect your head, and move away from the path of falling debris. Are you the kind of viewer who prefers watching moments like this on a big screen so you can catch every single detail? When rivers begin to flood, move people and valuable property to higher, safer ground before the water has a chance to rise further. Could excessive excavation be stripping these slopes of their natural stability, leaving them increasingly vulnerable to heavy rain and erosion? An aircraft's conductive outer skin works much like a Faraday cage, allowing lightning current to travel mainly around the exterior rather than through the passenger cabin.
Bright one.
Didn't beat the storm. A little liquid sunshine never hurt nobody. Let's get it!
Does your home have a separate detached shed or storage building? A runway may look like one enormous strip of pavement, but underneath lies a complex engineering equation involving geology, loads, drainage, wind, and material durability. A section of U.S. Route 101 at Last Chance Grade in Del Norte County, California was completely closed, following a rock slide on Friday evening, February 16th. Residents across Colombia felt the shaking after a magnitude 7.4 earthquake struck the region early Monday morning, August 10. Antenna towers elevate equipment to extend signal coverage, but when they're placed in the wrong location, that same height can turn them into an obstacle. This will likely become valuable material for the engineering team, helping them learn from the incident and make necessary improvements for future vessel launches. Let your eyes work like a radar for danger, constantly scanning your surroundings instead of relying solely on quick reflexes and luck. Do you think this location needs crossing gates and warning lights to alert drivers whenever a train is approaching? When a flash flood strikes, immediately move to high, stable ground. Stay away from low-lying areas and streams, and never attempt to cross fast-moving water.
Oh my God! Please come inside!
Each year, flooding in Ecuador triggers more than 1,300 landslides, affecting over 60,000 homes and devastating tens of thousands of hectares of crops. The explosion was a powerful final punctuation mark for part of the lower Oroville structure, with that force released only after careful planning and calculations. Fireworks are supposed to bring cheers, but today's version probably has everyone thinking about moving farther away instead. Beavers instinctively collect branches to build dams and shelters. To them, a large branch isn't an obstacle, it's valuable construction material. A beaver can be a true ecosystem engineer because the dams it builds reshape water flow and create valuable habitat for many other species. Starlings react incredibly quickly to nearby birds, allowing the entire flock to change direction repeatedly while maintaining its spectacular formation. If the ocean had a visitor welcome service, this gray seal would definitely deserve the title of friendliest employee in the North Sea. A train may need roughly 306 feet to come to a complete stop after emergency braking, which is why railroad tracks are never a place to test your luck. High speed might save you a few seconds, but it also takes away the very seconds you may desperately need to observe, react, and avoid danger. On the morning of June 28th in San Angelo, Texas, a pickup truck crashed through the entrance of a Walmart, turning an ordinary storefront into an unexpected accident scene. A wide sheet of thin metal can catch the wind like a giant sail, making it extremely difficult to control when transported on a vehicle. Winter doesn't just bring beautiful scenery. It also puts drivers through one of the toughest tests of traction, visibility, and vehicle control.
Oh, God.
With experience and skill, the captain brought the aircraft down safely, turning several tense minutes into a much more reassuring ending. A foundation sits at the lowest part of a building and acts like its roots, carrying the structure's weight and transferring it into the ground below. California records roughly 1,500 landslides each year, with damage potentially reaching hundreds of millions of dollars. Kansas records more than 50,000 traffic crashes each year, from minor incidents to serious collisions, a reminder of why staying focused behind the wheel matters. It seems this driver somehow forgot one important rule: always do a quick walk-around inspection before hitting the road. After this incident, the truck driver may need another defensive driving lesson, a reminder that skill matters, but good judgment keeps the journey on track. Could climate change be making natural disasters more extreme and increasingly difficult to predict? When severe weather arrives, tall trees should be among the first places you move away from. A massive dust storm swept through Moscow, Idaho, as severe storms moved across the area on September 25th. Mother Nature can be incredibly gentle, but when she gets angry, it only takes a few minutes to remind us who's really in control of the stage. Time can take its toll on almost anything, and buildings are no exception, as every passing year quietly leaves another mark behind. A bear's sense of smell is extraordinarily powerful, allowing the scent of food and garbage to attract it from a considerable distance. Bears often rub against trees to scratch themselves, remove loose fur, and sometimes leave scent behind as a form of communication with other bears. Trees on mountain slopes do more than improve the scenery. They can help anchor snow, reduce wind effects, and lower the likelihood of certain types of avalanches.
Extremely bad snow skull here. I can't see.
What's the weather like where you are right now? Sunny, pouring rain, or is something unusual happening outside?
It's covered my camera. I can't see. It's covered my camera. Woo! No visibility whatsoever.
If anyone questioned this driver's skills before this moment, may have delivered a more convincing answer than any certificate ever could. No matter how simple the job may seem, proper protective gear is still essential. Accidents rarely give you a warning before they happen. Looks like this officer was unexpectedly entered into a sprint competition, with the truck behind him providing the kind of motivation nobody wants. When tires lose traction, steering fails, or speed exceeds, what a curve can handle, turning the wheel may no longer send the vehicle where the driver intends. Dogs don't see fine detail as sharply as humans, but they're excellent at detecting movement. Maybe that's why the spotless glass won this round 3-0. Some reflexes save you from danger. This guy's reflexes may have just saved him from becoming an unforgettable internet moment. A floor can look perfectly normal while hidden moisture, termites, or deteriorating materials quietly reduce its ability to support weight. Working near the edge of a pond requires careful footing, since wet or slippery ground can reduce traction dramatically in a split second. A pair of slip-resistant shoes can be an excellent winter choice, giving you better traction and more stable footing on slippery surfaces. Water can form a layer between your shoe and the floor, reducing friction and significantly increasing the risk of slipping. Even when you're only taking a few steps, watching where you're going matters. A little attention can prevent an unnecessary fall. Even a car weighing thousands of pounds can become helpless in 1-2 feet of floodwater. Moving water is far more powerful than it may appear.
Ces maisons sont inondées. Ça commence à monter.
When water rises, spiders often move toward higher, drier ground to escape flooding. Seeing huge numbers of dragonflies doesn't necessarily signal danger. Sometimes it's simply one stage of their seasonal migration.
Oh my god, look at the swarm over here. Holy. Come. Go, Nate, get him.
If New York is the city that never sleeps, these two rats must be the night shift residents fighting over breakfast before rush hour begins. Like a real-life action movie, these raccoons are putting on a scene that's almost impossible to look away from even for a second. Anyone who thinks cows aren't intelligent might want to reconsider after seeing this. Megalopygia percolaris is the larva of the southern flannel moth, known for its thick fur hiding venomous spines underneath. Regular structural inspections are an important line of defense, helping identify damage before it has the chance to become a serious failure. Rolling with a ball instead of planting stiff arms may help distribute impact forces, but this technique needs proper training to be used safely. An unstable ladder can slip without warning, so checking its footing and stability before climbing is one step you should never skip. Rising water inside a sewer can create enough upward pressure to shift or even lift a manhole cover, weighing dozens of pounds. Cats are excellent at judging distance, but a slippery surface or unstable takeoff point can still turn a carefully calculated jump into a miss. An overheated sealed tank is like a giant pressure cooker. The more heat builds up, the harder the internal pressure pushes against its limits. Did you know the record? Hailstone from Vivian, South Dakota measured nearly 8 inches across, almost like a volleyball falling straight from the sky. What do you think? Will this picture frame stay in place or come crashing down in the very next second? Safety rules for debris flows should be communicated much more widely in areas like this. A retaining slope doesn't just keep soil and rock in place. It can also help stabilize surrounding ground, protect roads, and support proper drainage. A lightning rod is like a rooftop bodyguard, providing a preferred conductive path for lightning current to travel safely toward the ground. Preparedness can't stop the ground from shaking, but a few correct actions in those first critical seconds can make a real difference. Has any structure in your state ever been demolished in a way as impressive as this? At around 100, this car isn't simply moving fast. It's turning the entire roadway into chaos within a matter of seconds. I'm genuinely wondering how this driver got a license, because that maneuver probably left more than a few people asking the same question. Earthquakes generate two main body waves. Primary waves travel fastest and arrive first, while secondary waves are slower, produce shearing motion, and travel only through solids. Landing gear is more than a set of wheels. It supports ground movement, absorbs landing forces, and retracts on many aircraft to reduce aerodynamic drag. Don't let the speed fool you. Floodwater doesn't have to look fast to be dangerous. Its depth, volume, and the surrounding terrain all contribute to the force of the flow. If Christmas Island needed a Christmas parade, these red crabs would be the most perfect marching team Mother Nature could possibly provide. Nature just added another skill to this fish's resume. Swimming may be standard, but climbing is definitely the talent that gets everyone's attention. When water between grains of sand freezes, it can bind them into a solid mass, allowing surprisingly delicate structures to remain standing at unusual angles. Spider crabs often gather in large groups before molting, with their numbers helping reduce the risk of individual crabs becoming easy targets for predators. From breathtaking beauty to unpredictable power, Earth never runs out of ways to surprise us. Thanks for joining today's journey. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share so you won't miss what comes next.